Okay, you're watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Charlie Ibson.
And as usual, every week we review a local film. And so this time we're going to watch
Two Jaga.
Just Jump. Okay, we've watched the much anticipated Two Jaga, directed by Namron, produced by Bron Palare, starring Zahiril Azim. Yeah.
Okay, what's the film about?
Okay, Amirul Afendi. Yeah, all our favorite alternative male actors. Azman Hassan, my favorite leading man. Man, okay. Lama tak shooting sekali. The last time I shot with Azman was Monday Morning Glory with Ming Jin. Okay, anyway, yeah. What's the story about? You do that best, come on.
No, you do it lah.
Okay, it's about this, what? And then it happens like that. Then after that, all happened. Then
Like that lah.
So it's a story about corruption. It's a story about corruption. It's Zahiril Azim plays a good cop who is partnered with a new cop, 23 years old. Although he doesn't look 23.
He does not look 23 at all.
Right, and he partners with this veteran cop.
He's a botak dude.
Some botak dude. Are you botak shaming somebody?
No, I'm just pointing out the characters.
Sorry, woke people. No, fuck you, woke people.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So it deals with the idea of immigrants and
illegal immigrants, migrant workers
who come here to work and
legal
how
or illegal
they get bullied
by the police.
Yeah, and also the network of how
corruption works.
Works. I thought it was so basically that's what the film is about. We don't want to give too much away because I thought it was quite thrilling. It's a bit slow in style, maybe. It's a bit slow in style, meaning that it's very. I feel like it's very heavy lah. Like it's trying to deal with something very heavy, and because of that, the way that the story progresses also is very slow. It's paced. It's not that there's no control. It's just that it's very deliberate. So it's not your typical like suddenly got action sequence and then suddenly straight away got like a climax and it doesn't progress as fast as you would expect it to progress. So it takes a bit of effort to watch, but not as difficult to watch as an indie film, thank God. And more things happen, and it's still, I feel, a really, really good film. It's a really good film. The only thing I've seen better than this is actually KL Gangsta Underworld, but that's not a film. So this is the best film I've seen this year, but this is just me lah. It doesn't feel like it. Yeah.
No,
so
it's a good film.
It's great. It's a good film.
It deals with a heavy subject without trying to be trying to have subtext.
Yeah.
You know, it's not trying to play with mise en scène.
Yeah.
Pretentious or should this color means this mood or that. No, it's very straightforward. Deals with a heavy subject. Straight away show you the heavy subject.
A lot of realism.
Yeah.
There's a lot of realism. It's really not bullshitting you. It's a film that is really meant to make you slap you in the face to make you realize that this is happening this is the sort of reality of it and this is what they want to showcase. So no beating around the bush. Because although it focuses so much on the story, right?
Yep.
And it focuses so much on highlighting such a heavy issue, the characters we felt were not very developed. Like the characters were basically pawns to a bigger play, which is the story, which is okay also because the characters are not bad characters. It's not that they're underdeveloped or anything like that. It's just that they are you've got such good actors. You've got such good actors, and they could just do so much more. But that being said, it's not that we didn't enjoy them anyway, and they didn't perform well. So it's just a small, like, you know, comment that I'm making, that their characters could have been more developed so that we could see more of their actresses' performance. That's all. But everything was great. I really, really liked it. The last film that made me feel this way was Jagat, which was a long time ago, and many films have been watched since and have not had the same reaction. So I love it. I think it's great. I'm very sad that a lot of people are not watching it, and it's getting pulled out of the cinema because
Is it? Is that what's happening?
yeah, so it's not really making it into its by the time this review comes out, it would be the second week of screenings already. So hopefully more people would have seen it, and it has pulled through into the second week of screenings. But as of now, when we're shooting this, MBO has actually already stopped showing it because people are not watching it in the cinemas, which is really, really sad because it's a really, really good film. And it's going to be like Jagat lah. A lot of people didn't go watch it, and then you realize that it was actually a really good film, and then now you're all scrambling to find out where to go and watch it. Just stupid lah, really.
It's no, I was looking for, because I've seen a few of Namron's films, and this one is very similar to.
Cover your head.
This one is very similar to his one of his films, Gedebe, which I really like. It's about this. It's basically it's basically Julius Caesar, right? But set in Malaysian
Context.
Malaysian skinhead punk context.
Oh.
Right? It was a really good film. Actually, Namron did that story Gedebe for the theatre. Then he made it into a film as well. Very similar style, very slow, right? I think this story. Look, I expected that Two Jaga will not make it big in the cinema, in the theatre, because it is indie, and it's shot very indie style. It's not mainstream. You know, it's not mainstream. You want mainstream, you watch KL
Munafik
Gangster,
too.
Munafik, KL Special Force, Police Evo. That's mainstream in Malaysia, and that's going to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Right. So something like Two Jaga is going to appeal to a niche audience, which doesn't mean it's a bad film, right?
Because it's a great film.
Yeah, it's a good film. I wouldn't go so far as to say that this is like the best film ever.
I said it's the best film I've seen this year.
I know.
The best Malaysian film I've seen this year.
I've seen many other Malaysian films that are better.
This year?
Maybe not this year, but overall this year maybe it's one film that will come close to it. What would it be? If you had seen this year? Maybe Kak Lima lah.
No, for me,
Hantu Kak Lima lah.
No lah, not Hantu Kak Lima. Probably one of the China ones, House of Happiness or something like that. But also not of the same level lah. It's different. The genre is different also.
So, I guess if I want to compare Hantu Kak Lima, which was another local film which I really liked, the level of enjoyability, enjoyment. I really enjoyed Kak Lima more than I enjoyed Two Jaga, which again. Doesn't mean that I think Two Jaga is not good.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So Two Jaga is great. I remember we talked about how the actors didn't have prominent roles.
Yeah. A long pause. Stay tuned.
Yeah. No, I like that. I wish, because some of these actors that are in the show are actors that I like to see perform, right? But in the film itself, I don't think the director or the storytellers intended. It wasn't the point to show performance of actors. You know,
it was really to drive the story. That was all they were.
Yeah, and that's what film is. It's a director's medium. If you want an actor's medium, you go to theatre.
Yeah.
Right. So I like the way the director and the storytellers actually played with all the resources that they had to tell the story, which was great You know, and I also wondered if this kind of story would have been allowed to be in the cinemas before the May 9th election. Because we all know that we're not supposed to be...
My brownies are here.
We're not supposed to, before this, you're not supposed to show police in bad light and things like that. But this one shows the police in bad light.
Okay, pause.
Brownies are here. We ordered brownies.
Hi. Yes.
Thank you. oh, we are ordering brownies. We're having a small makan tonight. As you can see, we've laid out a tablecloth and all that because we had a project. We filmed a series, a video series, and tonight we're screening the pilot for the cast and crew.
And it's coming soon.
Coming
to
soon.
Fat
So
Bidin.
stay tuned.
So stay tuned to this YouTube channel. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yes. So you were saying director's medium.
Director's medium, and he played well. He used his resources well to tell the story and all that. It's just a good movie. Oh yeah, no. I was wondering if this was going to be released. It would have been released. It was before the May 9th election.
Yes.
Because it shows the authorities in a very bad light, right?
But actually, yes, that is true. But you don't really see that right until the end, lah. Kind of.
Yeah. But from the beginning, you see, if you watch the show, and this is not a spoiler. From the beginning, the two partners, police partners, one of them is already corrupt.
Yeah.
You know, and you know
it's
how
very
this.
obvious.
Yeah, it's very obvious how this is going to go.
Yeah.
You know, it's really not much spoiler. It's just a very straight to the point film.
Yeah.
And I sometimes I get tired where people feel that filmmaking needs to have subtext.
Yeah, but it
And
still did have.
You know.
What I really enjoyed about it also was the fact that it had different layers. Like you had the corrupt guy, you had the rookie who's like very straight and narrow, and then you've got these other two people who seem to be shaking down other people for money, but you don't really know what they seem to be fixers, but you don't actually know what they are yet.
Yeah.
Then you've got Azman Hassan's character who is the boss of like these
construction
migrant
site, right?
workers.
Yeah.
Then you've got his kid who already feels like we've already paid our dues.
Yeah.
We've already paid
protection money
for our migrant
Protection
workers. So
money,
why
yeah.
do we still have to pay when the
Yeah.
police come to ask for more money,
Yeah.
and when they realize that our workers have no permits and stuff like that? Like, didn't we already settle this? There are all these different layers and different kind of perspectives that are brought, but it all leads into one main story, which is the idea of how the migrant workers are being exploited in the country. And that was really nice because sometimes films don't achieve this kind of neatness because they try to put in all this, like you said, subtext and all these character developments and all these subplots and everything, but the film then just becomes messy and directionless. Whereas this one, despite the different kind of characters that they had and the different kind of subplots or sub-storylines that they had, like the corrupt policeman is actually a family man, and he's trying to
feed his family.
He's corrupt because he needs money to sort of feed his family, and then
it shows the whole spectrum, lah.
it shows a full spectrum, but it all sticks to that main linear story, you know. And I really liked that. I thought it was very organized, it was very neat, and it gave me, like you said, a full spectrum, but at the same time it still drove into one funnel story. And that was really great because then it wasn't messy, it wasn't directionless, there was a lot of control. And it was,
So, to put my rambling and Cheryl's rambling into perspective and more concise, I think, I don't know if you agree, it's a simple story, straight to the point, yet it doesn't simplify the issue.
and it offers you a lot as well.
Yeah, it doesn't simplify the issue. Yeah, and it offers a lot. Right? Basically, it's that. Because nobody is corrupt because they want to be corrupt.
Yes.
And no migrant worker is illegal because they want to be illegal.
But also, Namron doesn't push these emotions on you, you know? He just shows you what it is and you draw your own emotional conclusions, you know? Like the family guy, right? It's very subtle only the way he's like, you don't understand, you know, only when you have a family you realize,
you have kids, then only you realize.
when you see your kids happy, then only you'll be happy. But he doesn't show it in like, oh, tak apa I give you money or anything like that, you know. So he doesn't force these emotions and ideals upon you, but you will still feel it anyway, and it's I like it lah. This kind of storytelling I really can get with, you know, and we need more films like this lah. It's clean, it's straight to the point, it showcases a real good
We
issue.
said clean, straight to the point,
I
10 times
I
already.
really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It's a really great film. You should definitely go and watch it if it's still in the cinema. Like, bring everybody to go and see it, because it will be such a wasted opportunity if you don't go and see an actual good Malaysian film. And then after that complain why our films don't make it to like international market and shit like that.
Like, my favorite character is Azman Hassan's character.
Yeah.
Because, you see not, he's such a nice guy. Isn't it? He's such a nice guy to his workers. They all love him.
He's only trying to do like the best he can only, really. He's not exploiting them.
He's kind of a criminal too.
Yeah.
You know, so...
But for what purpose?
Yeah, but for what purpose? Robin Hood, Robin Hood.
Yeah.
But okay lah, yeah. Go watch it if you get the
I guess
opportunity.
you won't get to know who my favorite character is. It's fine.
Who's your favorite character? You were saying I thought you the botak guy.
No!
Oh no, okay, who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is the sort of lead migrant worker character.
The handsome Indonesian.
He's a single father. He's a handsome Indonesian.
Yeah.
And he's got this sister who's now run away from her employer. And there's a whole thing there lah.
Yeah.
But he's basically my favorite guy. Like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah. And his performance was quite good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit goes down for him. Poor guy.
Okay, so watch it. Watch it.
Watch
right?
it. Please watch it. Definitely watch it. Keep it in the cinemas and get more people to watch it also.
Yeah. So if you've got any comments on our review right now, if you liked it, like it, subscribe to our channel. If you've got comments, comment below. Send us suggestions, thoughts, and everywhere you can get us on all social media platforms at Fat Bidin, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything.
Yes.
Right? You've been watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
Nah, Shell it was that.
Hey, good job, LeBron. Yeah. Okay.